Oh, what's up, guys? So I am going to throw a Monday stream at you because I had a couple extra minutes between sessions. And I want to clarify something that I feel like a lot of SHSAT students have been asking me about recently. So let me just make some clarifications on the scoring of it. What's up, Jonathan? What's good? What's good? I got to get my live stream page on. Hold up one second. But we're going to be talking about scoring today. Because if you know how it's scored, you can take advantage of it. Like if you're playing basketball and you don't know that they're 3-pointers, then I mean, you're losing out on strategy. So I'm gonna take you guys through really how it's scored. The big thing that we need to keep in mind here is the concept of a bonus, right? And I'm gonna be calling things bonus, but that just means that they're worth more points. The other thing that we need to keep in mind is question number is not the same thing as amount correct. So these are two different concepts, right? Like if you get question number 2 right, that's not worth 2 points, it's only worth 1 point, right? So those are the two concepts we're gonna be going over today. So let me see. All right, cool. So let's just kind of show basically the structure of what you guys are gonna be seeing at the end of October. And for all intents and purposes, math and ELA are kind of split. Like you could start with the math section and end with the ELA section. You can start with the ELA section and with the math section. But the key here is the bonus. And that's what I'm going to write right here. And that's what I'm going to write right here. And right here. And right here. Okay, so what does this bonus mean? Generally on the SHSAT, each question you get correct is about 2 points. But the first question you get correct, and this is the amount you got correct, not the question number. If you get one question out of 57 right, that one question is probably going to be worth about, where should I put the points? I'll put it right here. That one question is going to be worth about 10 points. If you get further down, let's say you get 20 right, that 20th question that you get correct is going to be worth about 3 or 4 points, right? But keep in mind that these first, second, third that you get correct are all worth a lot. So if you get a perfect score on your math, but you don't do any ELA, you just sit back and you lean back in your chair, you don't write any answers, you're gonna get 0 points. But if you get one question right, you'll get 10 points. 2 questions, 3 questions, you're around 30 points now, right? Whereas if you're up to 20 and you get this 20th question correct, let's say you only do 20 problems and they're all correct, the 20th problem that you do or that you get correct is only worth 3 or 4 points. Why is that important? Because once you get up to 50 questions correct, 53 questions correct, if you get one section, the last question, I don't know if the last question correct is worth 50 points, but that's a valid point, Tamid. But yeah, if you get 50, 53 correct, these start going back to being worth 10 points again. And that's why I say that there's a bonus here and there's a bonus here. Because if you can get to this elite level, you can start getting your questions worth 10 points again. So that's the strategy here. Same thing with math. So if you get the first couple, 1, 2, 3, it might be worth 10 points, 10 points, 9 points. But by the time you get to 20 points in the math section, that's worth 3 or 4 points, right? 21 maybe is worth 4 points. The 22nd question you get correct is worth 4 points. And keep in mind, this is amount correct. This has nothing to do with the order. But your goal here is for one of these sections to get up into the secondary bonus. Because if you get the first couple questions correct, you're gonna get these 10, 10, 9 points. You're gonna be starting pretty hot, which is great. Most kids slow down around here. Around the 20, 22, it slows down. So you wanna keep pushing in one of the sections and to get to this second bonus. So let me show you kind of an example of how that would work. And this is gonna be a shorter stream today. Oh, I almost forgot too. The reason I'm doing all this is I have brand new study material on my website. It took me all summer to do. tylerduder.com, and go to the shop, and you can pick up really, really fresh. Like I'm saying, these are like hot out the oven fresh for practice sections. And right now, the first one I have is a full ELA test. You can give yourself 1.5 hours to do them all. And if you do them and you send me the score, I'll grade it for you and shoot you guys back your scaled score so you can get an idea. This is great practice. If you need help with timing, if you need help with like endurance, this ELA section that I did is like very high quality. I must say so myself. It took me a long time. And I want to get you guys like quality stuff. I don't want to just like write 57 questions that aren't relevant, you know what I mean? Yeah, and the literary and the prose is confusing. I have, in this section, there's poetry, there's like old narratives. Like, it is basically what you guys will be seeing. Even the font is the same, you know what I mean? You have a question about my math study guide on volume and surface area? Yeah, we can talk about that, but like, they actually kind of shied away from volume and surface area. They haven't done it as much. But really, with surface area, just keep in mind, you're just finding a bunch of little areas and you're adding them up. All right, so let me show you guys how this could potentially work with your strategy, because I want this to be like a strategy video. It's horribly titled, but whatever. So let's just say there's a couple students. Let's just say there's one. Okay, I need a, can somebody name this guy for me? Can somebody name this guy? I need a name for this dude who's like taking this test. Can someone like shoot a name? Bob? All right, we'll take that. So this Bob, I don't know anybody under the name 50 who is named Bob, but I guess there's a Bob who's taking the test. And then I need a name for this dude. Oh man, not looking great. I guess this is a girl. Lovely. So I need a name for this girl. Jeff? Okay. Let's go with Jeffina. I love that. All right, so we have Bob and Jeffina, and they're both taking a test. So for this one, like, let's just say we have ELA and math. And remember about the bonuses. So let's say Bob does like pretty average in both, actually like better than average. Like let's say he gets, for ELA, he gets 40, and for math, he gets like a 39. So those aren't great, right? Those aren't like elite scores, but they're really up there, man, especially because you can consider it's a hard test, right? But with that 40, he only gets one bonus on the bottom end of the ELA section. Pulling this up again, if he got 40 correct, you're still right here. So maybe that 40th question you get correct is worth 4 or 5 points, but you're not in the top end bonus. You know what I'm saying? So he gets one bonus on the ELA section and he gets one bonus on the math section. So his score is going to be pretty good, but it's not going to be elite. Like, I don't want to say what his scale score it is, but I would say he probably doesn't pass. He probably doesn't get the school. He doesn't place, right? Where we have Jeffina, and Jeffina has no arms. So what does she do all day? All she does is study Tyler Tudor videos, because she just uses her forehead on the keyboard. She just mashes her forehead on the keyboard, and that's how she navigates the internet. And she takes the ELA and she takes the math section too. For the ELA section, let's say she doesn't do that hot. Let's say she gets about a 28, right? Totally average, totally average. But that 28, she gets that one bonus on the front end. She didn't totally bomb it. But let's say for math, she's been studying, dudes, and let's just say she gets like a 52, maybe even a 53, right? Then that means that she gets 2 bonuses, right? She is in this, she gets this bonus here, so she gets 10, 10, 9, and then at the top end, she's gonna get 10, 10, 9 again for this 50th, 52nd, 53rd, right? So she's gonna end up with this other bonus with a bunch of other high points value questions, right? So she's gonna get 3 bonuses total, and she's gonna place. Even though she scored 12 questions less on the ELA, this guy didn't get up to the second bonus on either section, right? So I see a lot of people like saying ELA is easy, ELA is hard, math is easy, math is hard. In this last month, make sure that you get your at least one bonus. Like, I've had kids in the past who like don't care and they only get like, you know, 10 questions correct, and they really get sunk because they barely get through the first bonus. So you want to make sure you get an average number in your smaller, like less good section. But in this one, you got to make sure you get 1. So let me look through the chat, see what you guys got for questions. How do we know which is the bonus? You don't know, right? That's the big thing. It is not which question number it is, but the amount you get correct. If you get 4 correct, you're gonna get 4 of these high value points. If you get 20 correct, your 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th problem are gonna be worth less, dude. They're gonna be worth less points. And it doesn't matter. You could answer every other question and get 22 correct, and that 22nd question is gonna be worth 4 points. That 22nd right answer is gonna be worth 4 points. Keep going and keep trying to get right answers, because if you can get up to 52 right answers, then you're going to be back in the secondary bonus, and you're going to get 10 points again for that 50th, 10 points again for the 51st you get correct, 10 points for because you're on fire at that point. So you need to get up into this high area, right? That's the strategy, guys. If you're pretty good on both of them, that's fine. You're going to get 1 bonus and 1 bonus. But you're not gonna get into the higher bonus. You see what I'm saying? So you really need to make sure that you crush one section. If you're working on ELA and you're like, oh man, I need to get better in the ELA, go to my website, check out that ELA section I just dropped. And I'll be, definitely like supporting you guys. If you pick up that ELA section, I'll be there to help you and kind of tutor you, you know what I mean? All right, let's see what else you guys are asking. So the first questions count the most. Yes, your first correct questions count the most. If the first question you do in the math section is number 100, that one, if you get correct, is worth 10 points. Then if you go and do question number 58, that then is worth 10 points. Then you go and you do question 73 and you get it wrong, no points. You do question 74, you get it right. That's gonna be worth 9 points because it's the third correct that you get, right? So it doesn't matter what order you go or what number it is. It's just you need to start adding up how many you get correct. And if you can get up into the elite level here in the high 40s or 50s, they start getting worth a lot more. They go, oh, you got 50 right? If you can get 51, we'll give you 10 more points. You can get 52, we'll give you 12 more points. Where if you are, sitting at like 20 and you get 21, they'll go, oh, we'll give you 4 more points for a 21 correct. We'll give you 4 more points if you get another one correct. So it's all about how many you get correct and less about like where they are on the test. The last question was the dartboard. I took a dream. You took a dream test on Saturday. What was your dream score, dude? Was it a good dream or a bad dream? I go to dream. There's some hot drawings. Thanks, man. I'm a pretty good artist. Yeah. So Sizzle Bean, yeah, you got it right. You're gonna go for a high grade on math and a decent grade on ELA. So how does that take? Oh, I thought you meant like dream as in like you fell asleep in class and you dreamed that you took the test. So as far as strategy goes, we're going to continue talking about strategy today because I just realized I don't make enough videos talking about technique, man. You heard they're removing the test next year. They actually are keeping it. I mean, if they did remove it, they'd have to be moving really fast, and their legislator kind of seemed to pass on it. And which is good. I think I'm a really big fan of the test, guys. I mean, all you get is a test score, and they don't even look at your name really. So I mean, it's just you are how good you can be on the test. Also, don't forget to leave a like, man. I really appreciate you guys coming out for these live streams. Yeah, Vixeno, I put it in the mail, man. You should be getting it anytime soon. So let's see here. Inclusive range. You've asked me about this before. Just really quick, what inclusive range is. So what is the range between 1 and 3? Well, there's 2 spaces in here. But what's the inclusive range of 1 and 3? 1, 2, 3. 3. So that's the difference between regular range and inclusive range, bruh. Okay, so just as far as strategy goes, you have math and you have ELA. If you're good at math, if you're going for the 2 bonus in math, I highly recommend that you start with math. Because if you run out of time and you need to guess, you should be guessing on the section you're only going for the 1 bonus in. Now, you got to make sure that you get at least an average grade in this, because if you don't get that first bonus, you don't get the first couple correct, or you don't get any correct, then you're really, really stuck. But start with the math section if you think that's your best. And if you go 10 minutes over time, 15 minutes, whatever, at least you're in your strongest section, you know what I mean? And then if you got to guess, well, you're guessing in the ELA, and that one is already one that you're not looking forward to, vice versa. Now, keep in mind, people keep asking me, it's not the number question, it's the number you get correct, right? So going back to this, once again, oh wait. There. Oh, here we go. It's not the number question. It doesn't matter. It's the amount you get correct. So let's just look at like the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say you get number 1 correct, number 2 incorrect, then incorrect, incorrect, then correct and correct. Your score is 4 correct. And for the first 4 questions, they're worth quite a bit, right? The first 4 amount correct are worth about 10 points. Now, if you were to do this and let's just say get them all right, then you have 7, right? And so you're going to be kind of leaving the bonus area at that point. Now, I don't know if it's 7. I don't know if it's 12. I don't know if it's 15. I don't know how big these bonus areas are. That's up to the city, and that's also part of their curve. But the key is that you need to at least take advantage of the bonus while you have it, or where they're basically worth a lot more. Now, you get 20, 30, correct. They're going to be worth a little bit less. Doesn't matter where they are on the test, but if you get 22 correct and then get 23 correct, they're going to add 4 points to your score. Where if you get 50 correct and then get 51 questions correct, they're going to add 10 points to your score. So it matters more about the amount correct. The number of questions doesn't matter. They don't even care if you do it in order. They really don't. They give you the test, they give you 3 hours, they tell you when you're halfway done. But if you want, start with that math section. Start with the English section. You know what I mean? Do whatever you think you're like the best at, right? All right, so now for the next like 15 minutes or so, I'm gonna answer questions people have. We're talking about strategy. Let's see. Is there slope in the SHSAT? So nothing in the handbook indicates that there will be slope or graphing. Is it fair game? Potentially. But they don't have like a ton of graph. They don't actually have any graphing questions or even just finding points. So the coordinate plane is not necessarily going to be on it. Are you going to stream tomorrow? I don't know, man. Let's see. MX plus B is slope intercept. Yep. Bobby the plumber charges 90 and 55 an hour. The cost of a house visit for H hours. Well, his fixed cost is, it'd be like the visit equals $90 straight off the rip, and then 30 minutes, over 30 minutes. So then it would be, let's see, an hour. So then it would be time minus 30 minutes times his rate, which would be, what was it, 50? Here you go, dude. So, I mean, this time minus 30, I guess, so you don't need that, and T is in minutes. Yeah, minutes. So that would be it. If your T was in hours, you could have this 90 plus 50 times T minus 1/2, right? If T is in hours. Let's see, 55. Well, then just throw 55 there. You know what I'm talking about. When is the math going to be released? I don't know. I'm working with somebody on the math, so it's whenever that other person kind of gets it rocking and rolling, but we're pretty close. I'm definitely going to be popping out some ELA sections for you guys. There isn't slope on the test. Now, there's not slope on the test, but are there problems that look like it? Yeah, like there might be a problem like this, where this is technically slope intercept form, but it's more of just like a rate problem. They're not going to ask you to graph this. They're just going to ask you to figure it out. What if I don't know which section I'm better in? Same in both. Would study the one that I think I'm better in. Well, Gabrielle, go to my website, tylertutor.com, and take the tylertutor.com. And either go to the shop or take a test. And I have a diagnostic test on there. It's like 1/3 of the length. So you can get a kind of an idea of the type of stuff they're going to have on there and the type of stuff you're going to be doing, that type of stuff. Where are you taking the SHSAT? Can we go over punctuation? The test is next week? Oh no. What's the test date? I forgot. Is it next Friday or is it? I thought it was the 20th or something like that. what is the test day? Yeah, what is the October 21st, Vixeno. October 20th, yeah. So we got like 2 weeks, guys. We got 2 weeks, October 20th and 21st. You got 2 weeks. Rosanna, you're not screwed. Do something about it. Study, you know what I'm saying? November 1, okay, 226 on math. Okay, that's solid, man. That's a solid score. But you could still get it a little bit higher. You're not quite in that second bonus yet, dude. If you get that second bonus, that 226 is going to turn into a high 200 really quick. You're just a couple problems away from really jumping up your score. Should we study before the test day? Yeah, Jinchi, you better be studying, man. You got 90 out of 114. What is that? 90 out of 114. That's pretty solid, man. So that's 7 questions on each section. That's really solid, man. That's a good score. You should be happy with that. Never seen slope question on any book. Yeah, they don't do slope, but they will do rate problems like this. They'll be like, you know, a dog, oh man, walks 2 blocks an hour. The dog has already walked 5 blocks. If the total, if the total walk is, I don't know, 18 blocks, how many more hours will the walk be? All right, so here's a question that is technically slope, technically, you know, whatever. So give this one a shot. I'm not giving bonus points for it, but do it out of the goodness of your heart. You know what I mean? Is 279 good for your test? That's pretty good. Because you got to think, STI is about 560, right? So that's pretty good. But dude, you're actually not really in the second bonus yet. That second bonus, I mean, you got a couple questions of the second bonus, but really, really like, see if you can get a couple more. All right, homies are dialing in on 6.5 hours. So let's see if that's right, you know? So you know that he's already walked 5 blocks, so there's 13 blocks left. And we know that he walks 2 blocks an hour, so we can see how many hours that would take. After 2 hours, he's walked 4 blocks. After 4 hours, he's walked 8 blocks. After 6 hours, he's walked 12 blocks. But we still need 1 more block. So that's why the answer is 6.5. We got homies swarming like bees on this answer, man. Really nicely done. 6.5. Or yeah, 18 minus 5 divided by 2. That's also a really good way to do it. Now, you could say that this is y equals 2x plus 5. And then we know that 18 equals the 2x plus 5. That's our y value. That's technically graphing, right? But this is generally what they'll do as far as the closest that I've seen. I mean, they might surprise you with one. Like, I'm not saying that like this is like this is the only thing you'll see. Like, I don't know what they're gonna put on the test, man. I've just studied it. So they may throw some graphing stuff on there. They may not. I'm not 100% sure. There's no way to predict it. But keep studying and keep kind of working on it, because if you don't, you know, if there's 2 graphing questions, I mean, that's not going to ruin your test, but, you know, be aware of what it is. How to figure out slope. All right, I can help you figure out slope really quick, but then I got to get going, man. I got another session in like almost 5 minutes, so let's see. I want to go to Tech or Latin. Yeah, guys, keep studying. Change your life. Take this test seriously, guys. So how do you find slope? Just keep, you know, the easy way to do this, it's like, think of it like a ramp, you know what I mean? And so what it is we have the rise of the ramp, which is how much it goes up, and we have the run of the ramp. And what slope is that rise divided by the run. That's all it is. So if this point is 1, 1, and this point is 20, 15, what is the slope? Well, how much does it rise? It starts at 1 and it ends at 15 in the y. So it rises 14 total. How much does it run? 19. That's your slope. Cool? Just think, rise over run. How much does it rise? Divide that by how much it runs. That's your slope. And slope can be negative, you know what I'm saying? Slope could be negative. Your rise could be negative if it's a slope like this, like a ramp going down. Keep in mind, we're always going left to right here, always going left to right. So it goes down, right? Now you could go right to left or whatever, but you're gonna get the same answer. So just stay consistent, you know what I mean? All right. Again, if you're looking for extra practice, hit up my website. High quality test prep materials, man. The highest quality. This is like the caviar of SHSAT test prep materials. I tell you what, man. Seriously. All right, angles. Do angles. What about angles, Mr. Imperfection? Graph is the area of a triangle and number of schools in 5 cities on the SHSAT. I did that and got a 540. That's a good score, man. 5-star. 5-star, yeah, man. That's a 5-star. 5-star test prep material. So check it out. It's pretty good, man. 500 and out, higher. Yeah, that's solid, man. That's solid. Semicircles, we could do that. They don't really do. They do semicircles on the test. Oh, here's one question that I think I saw. What was it? It was like this. It was like this, and that's a quarter circle. And then they had this be x. And, or no, it was x plus 1, and this is y, and this is 2. And that's a right angle. And then they asked you what is y in terms of x. Just like if I asked you to explain bowling in terms of Spanish or bowling in terms of gibberish, you're going to say, this is the thing, and then you're going to give me it in x's, right? I want all the stuff to be x's, and I only want one y. That's what that means, right? Try to pronounce your name. Schaffen Khan. Schaffen? Yeah, dude. Alan, very nice, man. So yeah, that's the answer. Because notice, this is a radius. This is a radius. In circles, the radiuses will always equal each other. So we know y plus 2, which is this radius, equals x plus 1, which is this radius. And we're trying to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 2 from each side. And we get y equals x minus 1. Bang, 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 bang. Cool. All right, man. So you guys have any other questions for me? Is 505 to 510 a good score to reach for the SAT? I don't have the cutoff scores in front of me. You should check out my video on the cutout scores. I think it's called 2018 Specialized High School Scores or whatever. Yeah, I have. That's the first comment pinned there. Yeah, man. So just to kind of wrap this up, because I have another tutoring session I have to go to, I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of the system, because in order to game the system, you got to know what the system is, right? Is 590 good for STI? Yes, that should be fine. All right. So keep in mind, guys, this is the game that you're playing, right? If you can get up to these high points and you get your 52nd question right, they're going to give you 10 points for it, right? So try your best in one of these sections to get 2 bonuses, because everybody's probably going to get 1 bonus, because you're obviously, you're here, you're studying, you're with it. You're probably going to get at least 20 correct, right? So you're going to get through that bonus, but try to find one of these sections that you think you shine on. You know what I mean? When's my next live stream? I don't know, man. It's definitely going to be Thursday, but I'm going to try to do more this week, man, and next week, because you guys are coming up with a big test, so I want to make sure you guys will have the tools you need. Yeah, so be on the lookout. It'll be around this time, either 6 or 7, maybe 8. But yeah, I'm going to try to do tomorrow. I'm going to try, if I my schedule, right? I'll set up, as soon as I know I'm about to stream, I'll set up I'll put a live remind me later type thing. Yeah, test is very close. All right, dudes, I got to get out of here, man. I got a tutoring session I got to go to. I got to help the people. What's up, Asian God? You're just in time. I just left. So yeah, man, guys, play the system to your advantage. Know what I'm saying? Get these 2 bonuses, and then make sure that you get the 3rd bonus, right? That's what's key. Try to find the section that you're really good in, zero in on it, okay? All right, dudes, it is time for me to jet. I got to get out of here. I know, but I have another tutoring session. Otherwise, I'd kick it with you dudes. Just Asian God, just shoot me a message, man, or just email me. So just, oh, lastly, but not leastly, guys.
Wait, where is it? Where is it? Hold on.
Yeah, lastly but not leastly, TylerTutor.com. Check out the shop. I got a brand new, so fresh. Like you walk into a Subway restaurant and you smell that fresh bread. That's like how fresh this ELA test is, dude. It's like an oven. Yeah, I'll set up reminders. I will. And guys, it has poetry, old narratives in it. I take my narrative passages from the same place the SHSAT does. I'm not gonna tell you where I found them, but I found them. So I'm gonna, these are like legit materials. So check that out. You can always take a test on my website too. On the Gucci, yeah. Dude, my test prep material is so Gucci, dude. Man. Whew. All right, man. Brief summary, 9th grade version. Michael, to answer your question really quick, go to the SHSAT student handbook, scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's where the 9th grade stuff is. So check that out. All right, dudes, I do got a jet. I'm already late for my next thing, but I'm gonna leave this stream. Be on the lookout this week. I'm gonna be streaming a bunch, and they're gonna be a lot longer than this one, so we can go over your questions and stuff like that. All right, guys, I gotta bounce. See you later.